I asked, what is dementia? Because we heard of dementia, but not knowing what it is, because I've never read upon it. So I wasn't sure what it was until after he was diagnosed. And the only way I could explain it to my husband was like the brain and like a book and like you're using a rubber. That's the only way I could explain to him that it's like you're rubbing part of what you've written down.
Dementia isn't only with forgetfulness, which is what it's commonly tied to. It's so many different aspects of your reality as such, it's like the way you perceive things. Generally, it can mess up your entire life. It's not just memory.
Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true.
That suddenly there's something about music which connects with people living with dementia, and they will suddenly start singing this melody, and even though they can't necessarily remember who I am, they will somehow remember this song that they wrote 2 or 3 weeks ago. So we're talking about new memories for people with dementia, which I think is a very, very special thing.
But as for me as a carer, sometimes I worry for myself. Just wondering how I'm going to cope. I didn't know what it was, nor did he. We were just taken aback with that. But coming back to the memory clinic, they gave him some tests like adding numbers, certain animals, and he wasn't sure about that. So after we got home, I asked him how he felt. And he said, I felt a bit stupid. So I said to him, there are times when I think, you probably won't remember me, or you probably will forget things. And he said, oh darling, when that happens, I'll see, because he's positive. And plus, my husband and I were so close. He's my best friend, and I feel like I'm losing my best friend, because we used to talk about everything. And now it's like sometimes he's here and sometimes he's not, So I have to what I do is I seize the moment. So when he's in a talkative mood, I'll talk.
It was incredibly powerful, and we would encourage more people to experience this virtual tour before going into possible care homes and dementia homes, because it really helps to understand what the patients are feeling and would really aid in interactions with them.
I find the experience so insightful because it really told me a lot about dementia and what people going through it suffer from. And for me, it was just crazy to think that 1 in 4 people suffer from the thing that I felt, because it was just so terrifying.
County Councillor Majid Hussain from Buckinghamshire, Essex and Castlefield Ward. I've just been on a dementia bus tour, and I have experienced what people with dementia go through, and experience that I can assure you it's not such a nice experience at all. Because I've just experienced a lady came up to me in a bus, asked me 5 things to do which I don't even have a clue what she said to me. She was talking to me for 5 seconds. I didn't even know what she was saying to me. My behaviour changed while I was in that dementia tour bus. There were noises I could hear, and there was so much stuff that I didn't even expect to do, but I was doing. My mood swing changed. There were noises, some loud noises, and I reacted to some of the sounds. I don't even have a clue that I reacted, but I did. Then she said a few things to me, which I don't recall, but she said it right in front of my face. So it is something that is quite important that we do put this awareness out there to the people that dementia does exist.
It's it was just you didn't really have any perception of where you were. For me, the room felt so big, and then when I took off the glasses, it was tiny. And also like I couldn't feel anything, like there was no sense in my hands, and I just couldn't see anything, and I was just so terrified, especially when somebody was approaching me and I thought it was like a horrible shadow, and I just couldn't, it was horrible. Like for both of us, we both done work experience and volunteering at care homes and stuff, and we wish that we knew about it before, like in terms of handling the residents and like treating them, because we could have easily made them so terrified and scared. And after that tour bus, like I understand that any little sound makes a big difference to them, and just to be more like sympathetic and think about everything we're doing.
There's some days, like today, he doesn't look himself. He's very, he's got like a very sorry look, and that upsets me, because he's usually like a happy man, but he's got this rather gaunt looking, you know. And I'll say, darling, are you okay? And he said, yeah. Sometimes I say to him, oh, give me a little smile, you know, because he's usually happy, but I start to see this look, this very faraway look that he's got. It makes me sad. It makes me sad sometimes to see him like that. Sometimes he's his normal self, and sometimes he doesn't talk. And that I don't like, because we always talk a lot. So I just sit there, you know, and I watch with him what he watches. But like he likes sports. He likes cricket, and he likes motor racing, and he likes those snooker. Oh gosh, that's there at the minute, and he's glued. And I said, darling, listen, if I let him, he'll be there until 2 o'clock in the mornings. I said, listen, this isn't enough. You're not resting. And he doesn't know time. At the minute now, he doesn't know time. Time means nothing. But it's a big change. What I find is a challenge as well is keep on saying the same thing to him, and you don't want to. You feel like you're nagging, and I don't know. But how I feel now, I find like nothing will change. It just makes me sad, because it's like you're talking to that wall, and the wall that you're talking to, really, if you say now, darling, such and such, and you go out and come back, you do the same thing. So then I think, what's the point? But for me as a carer, what I find, it's very tiring, because I don't think anyone really understands being a carer with a dementia person. It's tiring. It's draining for you, because obviously your loved ones that is suffering with dementia, with me, I find, I just want him to be comfortable.
In a bucket, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. In a bucket, dear Henry, dear Henry. In a bucket, there's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in my...
This is Singing for the Brain group here, and we run groups like this across the county. The point is very much we encourage, we want people to live well with their diagnosis of dementia, and staying socially connected is important. We always have a social time at the group. Friendships have been made, there's a lot of peer support, and have a team of highly experienced volunteers who also come and engage with people. So that's one big part of it, and the other part I guess is the music therapy. We have volunteer musicians who lead the music.
Right now we are rehearsing for a very swell affair. The annual celebration for the century will be there when the general
it's just lovely to be able to see people enjoying themselves together and feeling part of the community still.
Oh, me and my girls, and one day I'm gonna build a little home for 2 or 3 or 4.
Yes, so I sing a lot, and I play the guitar at home and things like that. So I'm very musically inclined. So it's helping. And meeting people too is good. Yeah. So sometimes I do feel that a mistake was made. That's how I feel sometimes. I'm just letting you know that I don't think I have this particular thing, and I don't know how to go about.
It's very difficult, right? Dealing with dementia. I am now getting my head around it. It's very, as I said, it's very difficult in the beginning. It's like having someone and then losing them, if you know what I mean. You're having someone there, but then like they're not there. It's a difficult situation to deal with. I'm getting my head around it. I've been attending, singing with my wife, and gardening, and we're having fun. And it's just one day at a time. You just deal with the situation one day at a time, and that's about it.
We've been working with a group of, I think it's 22 carers and people living with dementia. And we've been creating songs with them, and they have totally created those songs. So they've written the text and they've also written the melodies within small groups. And what we're creating is something that we've called our heavenly manna. So taking inspiration from Waddesdon Manor, we have created our own version. What's important about this project, what's very special about this project, is we're creating new memories, we're creating new music. And although the participants arrive and can't necessarily remember us, they can't necessarily remember even this space, but when they come in here, what we've started to see this in the last week or so is that they obviously feel comfortable, they see us, and there's a recognition, and they start to feel comfortable in this space. And they know this is a safe place that they can come and join and be creative. And that's really the aim for me, is it's 2 hours of, and often that's sometimes the only 2 hours that these people might get to come and spend time to be creative and to have fun and have good time.
For this project, we devised the music with the participants, so they actually get to come up with the music themselves.
They want their voices to be heard, and I think that's really, really important, that they get to speak and are listened to, and they see the action, they see that we're reacting to their opinion. I think that's really, really important. It's a group of friends, so it's a company, we're working together, but very, very much there are some real friendships that I will cherish.
I just feel lost at the moment. I don't know. I find it very hard sometimes. Draining is a word. Draining on me. Having to cope. Because I suppose we cope best we can. But I think as carers, what is going to become of us? But then, like I say, it's our responsibility to pick ourselves up. But how do you pick yourself up? How do you... Because we have bad days, or we have good days. We are probably feeling like our loved ones. I think I have to work on me as well. Because he can't do it for me. I'm caring for him, but who's caring for me, I feel.
Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, half out. Hold it. 1, 2, and all out. Good stages are heading on over the hills, where the Indian arrows are thicker than a porcupine's quills. Dangerous land, no time to delay. So whip crack away, whip crack away, whip crack away. Got drunk, broke in the captain's trunk. The constable had to come and take him away. Sheriff Johnstone, I want to leave me alone. When I feel so broken, I want to go home.
We've been delivering these for the last 4 years nationwide. Anybody who has come into contact with someone living with dementia.
When I put my name down for it, I did not know what it was, but I want to help my mum with dementia, so I thought it's very hard with someone with dementia, so I thought I'd just give it a whirl and see what happened.
So the exercises are theatre-based exercises, but able to trigger discussion and discovery about non-verbal communication, about gesture, about body language, about pace, and eye contact and touch. And it is a non-threatening, fun way of learning and empowering people.
We did eye contact and touch. Is very helpful because in my particular case, my mother hardly really talks, and sometimes that's very frustrating. But if you can actually look at her eyes and see her body language, then you can adapt it. Now we're losing the bond of words together, so touch will become more important. So it was very rewarding to think of there's new avenues of where we can actually not just understand, but to enjoy and play with the person with dementia.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere. Beyond the rainbow.